Hello. Today we're going to start by watching a video about habitats. Press play.
All right, we're continuing our unit 3, okay, of animals adaptations. But this time this is our week 2. Okay. Day 1. Woo!
Welcome back. I'm super excited about the fun topics we have to explore this week. It's going to be positively wild. We learned so much about animal adaptations last week. Do you have any new ideas about how you might answer the essential question? Try to answer it now. Remember, you can also use the sentence frames below. Now read the first half of Fur, Skin, Scales, or Feathers on pages 12 to 15 in Animal Adaptations. Stop reading after you have finished paragraph 11.
Okay.
Extended Read 1. Remember to annotate as you read.
Fur, Skin, Scales, or Feathers by Anna Miller. Body coverings serve many different functions. The one thing they have in common is that they each help suit the animal to its environment. This aids in an animal's survival. Furry coats. Mammals are warm-blooded animals that nurse their young. They are also the only animals that have fur covering their bodies. Fur keeps them warm and dry. Most fur has 2 layers. The ground fur is the layer against the animal's skin. It is also called the undercoat. This fur is usually very short and soft. The undercoat helps an animal control its body temperature. The guard layer has longer, stiff hairs. This layer protects the animal against rain and snow. It works like a rain jacket. In winter, this layer grows thicker for warmth. In summer, animals shed some of the top layer to stay cool. An animal's fur can also help protect it from predators. Some animals' fur has a pattern and color that blend in with their surroundings. For example, tigers have orange and black striped fur. This pattern helps tigers blend into the grasslands and forests where they live and hunt. A leopard's coat is gold-colored with black spots. These spots are called rosettes. They can be round or square to camouflage leopards in different surroundings. When leopards hunt from trees, their spots help them blend in with the leaves. The Arctic fox lives in the Arctic Circle. Most of the year, the ground is covered with white snow. In summer, the Arctic ground has many bare brown patches. An Arctic fox's fur is white in winter and brown in summer. The white fur helps it hide in the snow. The brown fur helps it hide on the bare ground.
Earth's climate zones. The average weather in polar regions is cold and dry. Temperate regions have mild weather with warm summers and cool winters. The tropical zone is hot and wet almost year-round. Animals in each habitat have become adapted in different ways to survive. Polar region, temperate region, tropical region, temperate region, polar region.
Smooth skins. Amphibians, such as frogs, begin their life in the water, where they breathe through gills. As they mature, they develop lungs. Amphibians have smooth, wet skin that helps them survive in and out of water. Frogs are one type of amphibian. Frogs drink and breathe through their skin. However, their skin has to stay moist so oxygen can pass through it. Otherwise, frogs could not breathe. If a frog's skin dries out, it will die. Living near water helps frogs keep their skin moist. The poison dart frog lives in rainforests. The humid air keeps this frog's skin moist. The skin helps these frogs breathe, but it also plays a special role in their survival. Poison dart frogs can release deadly toxins through their skin. The bright color of this frog's skin is another adaptation that warns predators to stay away, or else.
Red-eyed tree frog. Blue poison dart frog.
Salamanders are amphibians too. They keep their skin moist by releasing mucus, a thick liquid. This adaptation helps salamanders survive on land. Sometimes they release special liquids to attract mates. Like poison dart frogs, salamanders can release poison from their skin. Unlike poison dart frogs, salamanders are not brightly colored, but they do have spots on their skin to hide from predators.
Next, we're going to work on finding key details. Let's do the first section together. Press play.
Look for key details and some main ideas in this text. So first, before we think about what the main idea of the text or the main idea of some of the might be, let's take a look at some of the graphic features. I see a map here, the different zones on Earth, okay, different regions here, the polar, I know polar means like polar bears, so it's cold, and then tropical. Tropical reminds me of tropical rainforest, so these seem like they're very different environments to live in. Let's notice the title says fur, skin, scales, or feathers. Fur, skin, scales, feathers, and notice this picture is zoomed in on this fur. So that kind of gives me a clue that we're thinking about what is covering animals. Okay, that's my topic. All right, I see a picture of a crocodile under the header dry scales. And then this header here says smooth skins with pictures of frogs. Okay. So I notice fantastic feathers. And now we have some pictures of feathers. And notice this picture is very zoomed in, up close so we can see. Okay. We see some more pictures of feathers. And let's notice this chart here. This chart says animal body covering, and it has the 4 types of animal coverings that were in our title: fur, skin, scales, or feathers. So just skimming and scanning through the text, I kind of got an idea that the topic of my text is about what covers animals' bodies: fur, skin, scales, or feathers. So I don't know the idea yet, the main idea, but I do know that the topic is about what is covering animals, okay? So we'll have to read the text to figure out what is the idea about that topic, okay? All right, so let's get started. Okay, so a lot of times, the first paragraph in a text sometimes will give us the main idea, okay? So I'm going to read this part very carefully so I can see if there is a main idea here. So it says body coverings serve many different functions. That could be a main idea, but I don't know if it has enough there to really be a main idea. It kind of sounds like a little introduction, but it's not really the main idea yet. Let's keep reading. The one thing they have in common is that they each help suit the animal to its environment. That's important, okay, because remember we noticed that there are very different environments here. Let's keep reading. This aids in an animal's survival. That's important too. So I think if we put this together, we can come up with a main idea. Okay, so we know it's about body coverings. We know that the body coverings are helping to suit animals to their environment and survive. Okay? All right, so I'm going to write this on the side. All right, my main idea from these details is going to be animals have body coverings that help them survive in their environment. Okay, animals have body coverings that help them survive in their environment. Okay, so now I know that this is going to be the main idea of this whole text. I know that because I have looked, I've carefully read the introduction, and just like you, I've already read the text one time, which is very important. It's always important to read it through one time before you start to go back and underline and annotate, because that will help you to understand what those important details were as well. Since I've already read it, I do know that a lot of the text focuses on how their body coverings are helping them survive in their environment. Do you remember a lot of details about this idea? Awesome. Okay, so let's get started. When we look at furry coats, the section furry coats is about what fur does for mammals. I see that fur keeps mammals warm and dry. Keeps them warm and dry. Most fur has 2 layers. Okay, I know that's important. And one layer is an undercoat that helps the animal control body temperature. So that's important. The undercoat helps control its body temperature. Okay, that's important because that's how that animal is surviving. Okay, its body temperature can't get too cold or too warm, or it wouldn't survive. So as I read on, I see 3 more important details. The second layer is the guard layer. Okay, the guard layer. This protects animals against rain and snow. Okay, protects the animal against rain and snow. Again, this is how that animal is surviving. The third detail I see here, or the next detail, is that the fur can help it hunt its prey. Okay? It can help it hunt its prey and also hide from predators. Okay? So, let's see, help protect it from predators, blending in with their surroundings, and then, let's see, the striped pattern for tigers helps tigers blend in. So actually I'm going to undo that one because that one is an example. So notice I don't want to underline any examples, even though they are very important. They kind of help me understand. But the most important thing to understand here is that key detail, that the fur is helping animals blend in. Okay? So we might be able to look at lots of different examples, but the most important idea here is that they're blending in. Okay, so I don't need to underline every example. Okay, just the idea. All right. All right, do you see any more information that is not an example? Let's see, this paragraph is about the leopard, and this paragraph is about the Arctic fox. Okay? So I notice that the rest are all specific examples of one animal or another. So I'm not going to underline any more. Okay? The main idea for the section furry coats, so paragraphs 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, what we learned here is that fur can help animals survive in several different ways. Okay, so that's the main idea. For the main idea, I don't need to list all the different ways. Okay, that would be a summary. For the main idea, I'm just going to write down what the big idea is. The big idea is that the fur is helping animals survive. Okay? I don't need to list my reasons for my main idea. Okay?
Okay, it's your turn to find key details. Remember, key details are the need-to-know details that help the reader understand the main idea. Read the directions on the board, then get started.
Purpose. Read Smooth Skins, paragraphs 8 to 11, to find out how these body coverings help animals survive. Annotate. Underline key details as you read. Write the main idea for this section in the margin.
So we're going to read each section and then we're going to underline the key details, okay?
Smooth skins. Amphibians, such as frogs, begin their life in the water, where they breathe through gills. As they mature, they develop lungs. Amphibians have smooth, wet skin that helps them survive in and out of water.
Okay, so the title of this section is called Smooth Skins, right? So look, I just found a let's underline instead. I just found some information about what amphibians or frogs have, okay, and what they use. So here, amphibians have smooth, wet skin that helps them survive in and out of water.
Frogs are one type of amphibian. Frogs drink and breathe through their skin. However, their skin has to stay moist so oxygen can pass through it. Otherwise, frogs could not breathe. If a frog's skin dries out, it will die. Living near water helps frogs keep their skin moist.
Okay, so how do they use that skin? Right here. Frogs drink and breathe through their skin. Let's keep going.
The poison dart frog lives in rainforests. The humid air keeps this frog's skin moist. The skin helps these frogs breathe, but it also plays a special role in their survival. Poison dart frogs can release deadly toxins through their skin. The bright color of this frog's skin is another adaptation that warns predators to stay away, or else.
Okay, so here it says that the poison frog, dart frog, can release deadly toxins or poison, okay, through their skin. Here's another way that they use that adaptation. Now let's look at salamanders.
Red-eye.
Salamanders are amphibians too. They keep their skin moist by releasing mucus, a thick liquid. This adaptation helps salamanders survive on land. Sometimes they release special liquids to attract mates. Like poison dart frogs, salamanders can release poison from their skin. Unlike poison dart frogs, salamanders are not brightly colored, but they do have spots on their skin to hide from predators.
Wow. You know what mucus is, right? Boogers is that same type of texture. Okay? When it's like when you like that wet booger snot that you blow, It's that same type of texture that's all wet. That's what this salamander has. So, okay, so they keep their skin moist by releasing mucus, a thick liquid. So that's important. Okay, sometimes they release special liquid to attract mates. Like, hey, I'm smelling really good. Come hang out with me. Like poison darts, salamanders they also can release poison from their skin, just like a dart frog. Okay, and then they have spots on their skin to hide them from predators. So that's important. Okay, so it says after reading fur, skin, scales, and or feathers, look for key details and tell how animals with fur coats or smooth skin survive. So we're looking at the animals that have fur coats. Okay, what are some ways that they use their fur coat? Well, I'm gonna write it here because I don't have enough room. So for starters, mammals are the only animals that have fur. Okay. There are two kinds of fur. Anybody remember what those were? There's two kinds of fur. The undercoat, yes. Undercoat regulates body what? Body temperature. It's like a thermometer. Regulates body temperature. And the guard layer protects from weather. And fur can help animals. What can they do? They hunt for what? They hunt their prey, correct. Can help animals hunt their prey. I'll leave that there. Now, you see where it says smooth skins? That's when we'll start right here. So you want to skip a couple lines after you're done writing, and then start with the smooth skin. Okay? What can you tell me about that? What do frogs do with their skin? Breathe? Yeah, they drink and breathe through their skin. Ugh. Just makes you want to go. Okay. Their skin must stay what? Moist. Good. Their skin must stay moist. If it doesn't stay moist, what happens? They will die. Poor babies. Oh. Okay. What can they secrete or ooze out? Yeah. Their skin can secrete, like ooze out or squirt out, or like when you squeeze something and it just, like when you're popping a zit, can secrete mucus. Somebody said that. And what else? Starts with letter P. Poison. Okay. Also, skin color can help amphibians hide from predators. Okay. Or warn them to stay away. So versus main idea. Okay, here's the main idea of both of those sections. Okay. Fur and smooth fur or smooth wet skin help animals survive in several different ways.